Hi and welcome to my knitting podcast. My name is Monika and this is the second episode. I'm gonna start with what I'm wearing. This is a self-drafted pattern. It's a t-shirt. It's made out of cotton. It's mercerized cotton. Drops muscat. I have it in color. The green color is number 53 and the blue one is 32. I do think they have color names, but they're not on the tags. So yeah, I really like this t-shirt. It's breezy and very soft when you have washed it. It's a bit tough in the hands while knitting it, but not too bad. I believe I probably used needle size 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just used the same needle size as on the tag. 4mm, which apparently is 6 in US. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. So I'm gonna go through some of my whips. I'm gonna start with the one at the top. This is one that I was kind of calling finished last time. It's my black t-shirt made out of untold cotton merino. And the reason why I decided it wasn't done was, one, I thought it was too short, and two, the back neck had a tendency to roll. It still does that, but I think the problem will be solved in blocking now because I have added an I-cord edge, which I do not know how easy it is to see since the yarn is black. Yeah. I hope you can see the I-cord edge I have added. I will also put up a picture over here of me wearing it from earlier today. I finally decided it was about time I actually took some B-roll before the video so I would actually have it, because I keep forgetting. Yeah. This one is raglan construction with a V-neck in front. And now they're still on needles because I did get the yarn I ordered. And I have not put in a progress keeper, but I think I've only knit like a centimeter or 2 at the most. Yeah, probably not more than like a centimeter or 2, which is like less than an inch. So yeah. I don't think I'm gonna need a lot more length. In the photo you can see I'm kind of like pulling it down a bit because it's still a bit short. But I think maybe like 5 centimeter or 2 inches will be like more than enough to get the length I want. And I have barely started on one ball and I have one unused. One that's unused. So I'm gonna also lengthen the arms a bit because I mean I wanted it to be a t-shirt to wear underneath woolly sweaters that I can't have next to skin. But I just think the arms are a tiny bit too short. I think I actually have an end out here. Yeah. I haven't fastened all my ends apparently. I know I haven't fastened the ends for my I-cord yet. They're just hanging out in the back. So yeah, that's the first whip. It will hopefully be done by next week because I kind of want to wear it. If I had gotten the yarn a bit earlier I might have been done today, but I only got the yarn 2 days ago and yesterday I was extremely busy. So yeah, I've only barely had time to put on the I-cord edge and pick up the border and knit that. Yeah, knit from there. So yeah, that's the first whip. It's also a self-drafted pattern in case I didn't say. second one is my red sweater. I don't think I have a better name for it yet. This is also a self-drafted pattern. I really love how this yarn looks in this lighting. I find it very difficult to show off the color correctly, but for some reason in this room it looks perfect. So this is a saddle construction. I have added stitches on either side of the saddle, and now I have started on the arm increases. So I have actually gotten, I won't say far, but like a little bit further. Yeah. I do have a progress keeper here somewhere. There it is. So since last week, I haven't made a lot of progress on it, but I have made progress. It's made out of a blend of silk and merino, I think. I do have the tag here somewhere. There it is. It's superwash merino and silk, 50-50, in a yarn from Strikkista, which is called Potential. And this is a lace weight because it's 600 meters per 100 grams. So yeah. I really do like it, but this is one of those long-term projects. I can't, even though I really do like working on it, it's very slow progress, which is kind of discouraging. So you kind of put it down after knitting a few rounds because you can't see the progress. I'm gonna move all the progress keepers I have afterwards, so you don't have to look at me doing that, but I'm gonna measure the progress. I have actually knit 2.5 centimeters. That's very well. I think that's like an inch. Yeah, pretty much exactly an inch. That's fun. I really didn't think it was that much. As I'm saying, it's slow progress, so actually having that much progress is great. Now, I'm gonna put this over here. Yes. Now, this one I'm actually very happy with. Last week, this was one of those lingering whips that I hadn't touched in weeks, maybe even months. And I had like one strap, and I had, yeah, it was very short. Now I have both straps, and I also somewhere have a progress keeper. Yeah, here it is. Wow, this is super white, so it's very hard to see. There it is. There's a progress keeper. Let me see, I'll measure it and then tell you all about it. Wow, this is like 3 centimeters, which is about 1.25 inches. I'm very happy with this. And this is a lingering summer whip. It's self-drafted. It's, I would call it a singlet. And the pattern, lace pattern, is inspired by a pattern from the Japanese Stitch Bible, which I do actually have here now. Let me see. Ah, things are falling out. Okay. This one, Japanese Stitch Bible. I think it's a very common book, as far as I know. I know a lot of people have it. I'm putting it over here so it don't accidentally fall over. Yeah. So in the book, the pattern is slightly different. I have adapted it because I wanted it to look more like a leaf. In the original pattern, there was some garter stitch in this part of the pattern, which I have removed. So yeah, I hopefully have been able to put up a picture here of me wearing it. I'm wearing it over a black t-shirt because I am not comfortable with showing that much skin on the internet. So, now you know. It's made out of bamboo, which is a yarn 50% bamboo and 50% cotton from, I think it's Viking garn. Though I don't have the band with me at the moment, so I am not 100% certain. But yeah, I am very pleased with progress. Since I haven't touched this in like months, it took me a little while to remember the pattern. But since it's self-drafted, that's not the worst thing to do. Yeah, I'm very happy with this one. It's very soft, it's very nice to work with. During knit night yesterday, my sister told me she doesn't like to work with this yarn because she thinks it splits too easily. And I agree it's a splitty yarn, but I have never had problems with that. Yeah, I guess the reason why I really love it so much is because it's not wool. I'm gonna tell you more about my woes with woolly yarn later today. I have had more trouble, sadly, but that's for later. Now I'm gonna have a sip of tea because I'm a bit thirsty. So yeah, the next whip I'm a bit disappointed with actually. It's my, I gotta pull it out. It is my sailor sweater. And the reason I'm disappointed is because I kind of was suspicious that I might have made the armholes a bit too shallow, and when I tried it on earlier today, that was sadly confirmed. It's a bit too tight. But the fit around the body was quite nice, so I'm gonna have to like go back until when before I actually started doing the increases and knit a few more rounds without increases before doing it again, which is a disappointment because this is also kind of a lingering whip. I was very into it quite a while, and then I don't know, I think it's been 2 weeks since I've done anything with it. I only knit like 5 stitches, and that was just because the needles came off the project, so I just picked back on the ones that had gotten off and knit a few, and then put it down. I knew there were no... I knew I wouldn't want to knit a lot on it before I tried it on, and I just couldn't get myself to try it on because I kind of knew that I would be disappointed because it was too shallow in the armhole. So yeah, a bit disappointed. I'm gonna have to fix it. Hopefully I'll be able to fix it by next episode, but considering all the whips I have, I make no promises. So yeah. I made it out of 2 different yarns. The Turkish one is Reuma Me Too, which is 50% alpaca and 50% wool. And the other one I know is alpacas. No, it's... I'm a bit uncertain. Maybe I have it here. No. I did have the band somewhere, but now I don't remember. But I'm thinking it's Viking Alpaca Storm. I think. At least it's white. I will put the information down on the screen, so yeah. And also a picture of me wearing it so you can understand why I think it's too shallow in the armhole. But yeah. Literally no progress on that one. I'm actually also gonna show one more whip I have already shown, which is my very favorite project, but sadly haven't gotten any love either. This is my cabled sweater. I love it. It's self-drafted. All of the patterns I've shown so far are self-drafted. Yeah, I did show it last time, so I'm not gonna like talk too much about it since I don't have a lot of progress. I have finally a picture of me wearing it, so you can like see how it fits. I'm very pleased with how it fits in the body, but I do think perhaps I made the arm a bit too long. I'm kind of contemplating maybe I should block it to like see how it fits now after blocking, to figure out if the arm is too long, or perhaps when I like stretch out the arms and stretch out the cables it won't be, because I don't have a lot of yarn. I have one, yeah, it's over there actually, one unused one, that one does not be touched, leftovers from one arm, and this one that's attached to one arm now. And I really want to use up all the yarn. I know it's not gonna be like a full length body, it's not gonna like go really far down in the back, but this is a sweater that I want to be like cozy and warm, but like only past my waistline of my pants, not a lot further. Which I think, regardless, I think I have enough yarn. But if I finish the body and finish the arms, block it, see that the arms are too long, rip out some of the yarn, I want that incorporated in the body, so I don't want to have a lot of leftovers and have to like rip back the ribbing of the sweater at the bottom, the hem, just to like put on a few more centimeters because I suddenly had some yarn left over. So I do think I have to like, sorry, I got some yarn on my nose. I kind of think I have to block it to see how the arm is gonna look, and then perhaps I have to like rip out a bit and redo the ribbing. I have to redo the ribbing anyway because I don't know how easy it is to see in the photo, but this part is the same width as this part, and I kind of regret that. In the beginning I was thinking, yeah, that's nice and cozy, I can like pull it easily over my knuckles and like have this super cozy vibe, but I kind of think I would rather have it a bit snugger, so that if I'm wearing it outside I don't get like a lot of wind down my cuff. I mean, it's gonna be super cozy around my neck, and I do want it to be like super cozy around my well, it's not around my waist, but like at the end too. So it's kind of like, this is a fitted, warm cable sweater, and I think the cuff at the moment doesn't reflect that. So I do think this is one of the projects where I have to block it now before I do anything more, just to see if I get the fit I actually want. Because I do not want it to be like oversized, so I'm not gonna like stretch out the body a lot during blocking, but the cables will relax, so I am gonna get at least a few centimeters more, and I am wondering how that will affect the length. I think regardless of the amount of yarn I have, I'm just gonna, like, I really do want to use all of it. I don't want a lot of leftovers. So yeah. Yeah, no progress on this one, sadly. A few things I think I gonna change. So I think I'm gonna have to like block it, try it again, see how I like it. Sadly, the weather has been a lot colder lately. It's not t-shirt weather, it's just warm in my apartment. So I do think I don't know if it's gonna be dry next week. which is kind of sad. I want it to be blocked and dried and everything ready so I can like show the difference next week. But I don't know if that's feasible. And I must admit, blocking sweaters before I'm done with them, for me, feels like a chore. So yeah. I still love it, but I've come to the slog part of knitting it. So yeah. I think I'm just gonna have to block it, try it again, probably re-knit at least the cuff, but perhaps even removing like one or two of these decreases I made. I really do love the decreases though. I don't know if I showed this last time, but the decreases are in this section, which is the double moss stitch. So at the top of the sleeve it's very wide, and at the like end of the sleeve I have actually decreased all of them away. I don't know how easy it is to see. Let me see. Perhaps if I show you the correct section. There. This is when the side where I didn't have all the stitch markers. They are on this side. Yeah. So I decreased all of the stitches between this cable section and this cable section. Which, I mean, for my size, that's nice. But I'm planning on writing up the pattern for this one so other people can also knit it. And depending on the size and the length of the arm, I might have to decrease even more, so these two cables will be even closer together. I'm gonna have to do some math, but that's okay. That's a later problem. Yeah, I really do love this one though. Don't take my apprehension for not wanting to block it as me being disappointed with the project. I don't like to block things. It takes time, and it means I can't work on the progress on the project. So yeah, still love it. It is very beautiful. Really love these diamonds in the front. Yeah. Okay, enough about this project. No, I forgot to say what the yarn was. It's Lykke Garn. Yeah, Lykke Garn. Merino Superwash. In the colorway Mars. So yeah, I don't think that color is available anymore. I know I bought the last one she had when I bought it. But yeah, I love it. I love the color, I love the cables, I love everything about it. I just don't want to block it. Yeah. I'm gonna put this one back in the basket. There. Yeah, I do still have one more project I have shown you before, and that's my sock project. I have gotten a bit further on this one. As you might be able to see by this progress keeper, I finished the cuff and I started on the leg of the sock, and I suddenly got hit with a roadblock. Like, I don't want it to be one color. I do want it to be a vanilla sock, but one color, I was gonna drive myself crazy. I was super bored knitting this. So I decided to wind up two balls. I don't know if you can, that way. These two balls. Wow, this was very difficult to do, these two. I'm gonna turn around and pick them up afterwards. And I wound them up thinking perhaps one of them would be nice with this one as just a few stripes. Like two stripes of a different color just to get a tiny bit more sporty vibe. though I haven't decided which one yet. This yarn is Mrs. Fox in the colorway Cold Shoulder. The two other ones are not the same yarn, not the same brand even. Let me see. Yeah. This one, I have the band somewhere. Oh, here it is. This is from Life in the Long Grass, which is 100% superwash merino wool. So this one does not have any nylon in it, unlike the actual socks I'm making. They do have nylon in them. But since I'm only planning on like using a few stripes, I don't think it matters that much. If I was gonna like use it for more of the sock, I think it would be a problem if it doesn't have any nylon in them. This is one of the colorways I'm thinking about. It will probably be this one because I like this combination quite well. So probably I will have stripes in this color. The other one is this one, which I do also have the band for, down here. It's Ching Fiber, and this is Superwash Silk and Yak. Superwash Merino Silk and Yak. In the colorway Dusk. So this is... I can't actually read what's under there. I don't understand it. Yeah. But yeah, it's a yak single because it's made out of 50% yak and 20% silk and 65% superwash merino. I did initially think I would use this one because it's kind of purple, but I thought the contrast wasn't good enough and the type of purple was wrong. Like, this one is very cold, this one not as cold, perhaps a bit more warm leaning. And like, the combination just wasn't what I wanted, which is why I'm probably gonna end up with this one, because they're both cool and cold and like light. And I think they'll look very nice together. Like, just two stripes of this in the socks on the cuff, or leg I mean, and then just this one all the way down. I think that's gonna be quite nice. I did also change out the needle because I had one that was 80 centimeters and knitting two at a time on 80 centimeters was a bit tight. So I changed them to 100 centimeters. I do not know what that is in inches, sadly. I'm sorry. I just don't know. But yeah, I changed the needles for a longer one. The size is still the same, it's still 2mm needles. So yeah. The Life in the Long Grass one, name is Angel City. I don't think I said that. Yeah. So yeah. Those are one of the pair of socks actually, because I have some new cast-ons. I told you last time, if I feel like I have to cast on something, I can't stop myself. So I actually cast on a pair of socks. These ones, I also knit these ones two at a time, but the heels I make consecutively instead of at the same time. So this one I have done the heel flap and the heel turn, while this one I'm still working on the heel flap. And I have a new row counter, which I think is super cute. It has this super cute little sheep and it matches the gold chain, and I think it suits this pair of socks very well. I don't know how well you can see, but I do have two stitch markers on the needles those are just to prevent this sock from sliding off while I'm working on this one specifically. So when I go back to working both socks at the same time, I will remove these two stitch markers because it's not going to be that big of a problem. Yeah. I really do like these socks. These are partly inspired by a sock pattern called Color Palette Socks, though I have made a lot of changes. Though I do not remember the name of the pattern designer. I will put it up on screen. But yes, the pattern is called Color Palette Socks, and in that one, these sections between this kind of main color are all different, and the slip stitch heel is stockinette. So yeah, and also I have a different stitch count, so I have rewritten the pattern to like suit my size. And also I have changed the amount of rows in these sections. Yeah, I did do quite a few changes. I don't know if the changes I did, since it's a sock, if it's enough to kind of like justify writing up the pattern. Though I do think that the changes I did to the heel are significant. I kind of like wanted to continue the pattern from the twisted rib down here into the heel, and I think I did a fantastic job. So yeah, and also I changed the stitch count because the Color Palette socks are one size only, and I'm planning on at least, I want to write up the pattern I'm using here, and I also kind of want to change up. I know I'm not the only one that's struggling to find socks that fits when they are only one size. You kind of have to like change the needle size or find really thin yarn. And I didn't want to find really thin yarn. I wanted to use specifically this yarn because I have already knit a pair of socks quite similar to this one for my grandfather. It is made out of alpaca forte, which is 80% alpaca, 20% nylon. It's from Doll Yarn. I only have the band for the brown yarn, but I'm pretty certain that the green one is called Forest Green, while this brown is colorway 734. Yeah, because I have that band. I really do hope I have enough yarn, but if I don't, I'm thinking it's not that big of a deal because I can just make sure that the sections like is from a different batch. I don't think it's gonna, nobody's gonna see as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I'm gonna put a progress marker on that one later after this podcast. Sorry, I got some yarn in my nose again, or on my nose again. That's what you do when you have yarn in your room, I guess. But yeah, those socks are only a few days old, actually. Yeah, I started them 4 days ago, so a lot of progress on those. So yeah, that's the second sock project. Now I'm gonna take things in a slightly different route. I did show this specific hat last time, but now it's blocked, and I have actually also used it. I used it on a bike ride earlier this week. which is why I have disappointing news for two things. I'm gonna show you. One is, after blocking it, this problem started. So I am gonna rip back and like fix this type of decrease because it looks so unintentional and not nice. If I put it on like this instead, it doesn't look as bad, but you can like still see. Well, this was difficult to do again, and there. Yeah, it still like flares up a bit. And I also still, oh, sorry. I do still want to do something about this part. It's too pointy. Yeah. But the most disappointing thing is when I used this earlier this week on the bike ride. I biked for 2 hours, not consecutively. I biked 1 hour to get there and 1 hour home. And I was super itchy, which is super sad because this is 100% merino. It is, wait, I have it here. It's double Sunday, which is 100% merino wool, so it's supposed to be super soft. And like, I love the color. I'm almost happy with the fit, and I do want to fix it because this is a pattern I'm writing up. I'm just really disappointed that this is another yarn where I can't like actually have it on my face, because like I was itching here, and I was itching in my neck, and I was itching on my ears, and it makes me sad. I really do love making things in wool. I love wearing things in wool, but it doesn't like me, I guess. Which is very sad. But the fit overall, except for these two problems, are really nice. It fits exactly how I wanted. It blocked out nice, everything like that. My husband thinks I'm a whiner. Like, it can't be that bad. It is super soft. And you're like, yeah, if I do this, it is super soft. But the second I get hot, I get itchy. And that is disappointing. So yeah, I'm gonna fix this one first and make sure this problem doesn't continue, so it sits nice. And then I'm actually gonna complete the hat I started for my husband this week. I stopped when I tried this one after blocking it because I realized I had a problem that I wanted to fix. My husband said he didn't mind, but I didn't want to fix 2 samples. I am planning on actually releasing this pattern, so I want it to be perfect. So yeah, disappointed. Yeah. I did buy a similar yarn, also from Sandnes, but 100% superwash merino, and it's actually the same color, same thickness. I think it's called Perfect. It's way up there, so I can't be bothered to get up and get it down. I'm gonna try and knit myself a sample in that after I fix the problems with this one, and then wear that one during a bike ride to see if that fixes the issue, because then I just know I always have to have superwash merino instead of just regular wool. If that fixes the issue, I'm actually very happy, because most yarns that's available here, you can have them either in like normal non-superwash or in superwash. So that would actually fix the problem for me, because then I could actually have two yarns to recommend, but also I would actually be able to wear the things I'm making. I will still wear this hat, but it's gonna annoy me that it's itchy. Maybe I'm gonna give it to one of my siblings or my mom. My grandma actually tried it on yesterday and it's too big for her, but that's expected. Which is why I'm also very happy I actually made one size smaller in the pattern I've written up. I'm still, well, now I have to tweak the pattern though, but I also want to translate it to English because English is not my first language, and I want it to be available to everyone who wants to knit it. English is the most used language, at least where I'm from, or at least the second language. So yeah, bit disappointed. Not hard to fix, at least the pattern thing. The yarn thing is worse. I really, really, really do want to use wool more. I just have to continue my quest to find wool that's soft enough that I can actually use it and not be itchy. Yeah, that's the case with this one. Yeah. And then I have one last project to show. I talked about it last time. I wanted to make a petite knit cardigan, the champagne cardigan, but with a few tweaks. So I am not certain which one way is back or forth right now. Anyway, yeah, this is I'm showing you the front. This is as far as I've gotten with the champagne cardigan by Petite Knit. It's not a lot, but you might notice that this is not stockinette as the champagne cardigan is in the pattern. This is broken rib. I did say I kind of wanted a broken rib cardigan. So yeah, I have Petite Knit's pattern next to me here, and I use it for the increases and the increases for the V and also the increases for the raglan because it's a raglan pattern. And yeah, I haven't spent a long time on this. This was something I cast on. Actually, I think it's quite a few days ago, because I really wanted to knit something completely different and not having to think about anything. This was before I cast all the socks. And yeah, the pattern is very well written, easy to follow. I don't have to think a lot. I only have to remember to knit or purl at the appropriate time and place. I have actually made it really easy for myself. I knit and purl on the front. No, I knit and purl on the back and I only knit on the front. Which was so that I wouldn't have to purl so much. I don't have a problem with purling, but I have knit a different cardigan where every other round I had to only purl, and it got really boring. For some reason, only knitting, not a problem at all. Purling, boring. I don't know. So yeah, last time this was something, I said this was something I wanted to cast on, and now I have. I have had a lot of cast on energy lately, so yeah. This is made out of 100% acrylic yarn, called Ellen. Yeah. Super cheap yarn. Some would perhaps not like it, but I have already talked about my woes with regular wool, so this is actually one of the things where I know this is not itchy for me. I have used this yarn so many times. I know this is not gonna be a problem. I don't block acrylic yarn. I have tried it once and it totally ruined the sweater, which is why I decided to not block acrylic yarn. I did learn after I tried to block the first one that that's not how you do it with acrylic yarn. But on the other hand, I don't care that much. Most of the things I've made in acrylic yarn are like leg warmers and a hat, maybe a scarf. I made the poncho. The poncho is fantastic, super soft and like fits me well, and it's perfectly warm, not stifling. The sweater did not work. It didn't work even before I blocked it. I thought perhaps locking it would fix the problem, but that much acrylic, like underneath your armpits and stuff like that, it wasn't comfortable at all. It didn't breathe. So yeah. I did say last time that I also wanted to make like a winter coat with the same yarn, just a different color. I have decided that's gonna be a later project. I have enough projects at the moment, probably a bit too many, but I have a plan. Also, I have one acquisition I wanted to talk about, which is that one. I bought more yarn from Untold, the cotton merino, because since I realized there's a lot of yarn that I can't have next to skin, when I realized I can have this next to skin, I decided I wanted a second t-shirt. So when I'm done with the black one, and it sits the way I want it to and has the appropriate length and all of that, I'm gonna write up the pattern for it, and then I'm gonna knit the second one out of that yarn, which is blue. I'm gonna show you. This one. This is also cotton merino, and this one I have a tiny bit of mixed feelings when it comes to the color. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but the black one doesn't have any variation at all between the cotton and the merino. It's called jet black, and it is jet black. This one, I don't know what it's called. Yeah, no, it does say here. It's deep sea. But you can clearly see that the cotton in this one has a lighter color than the merino. The merino is very dark blue. The cotton, I would say, is actually like light blue, really light. You might be able to see. I was getting a cold, but I'm ignoring that for now. I'm almost done, so he can wait. But yeah, the color variation in the yarn itself, I'm not 100% pleased with, but I like the yarn so much, I'm kind of like willing to compromise. And I do suspect that when it's knit up, it's gonna have like a slight marled effect, and I might not be as disappointed when it's knit up. That's what I'm hoping, at least. So yeah. So that's the future project. I am not going to start on this one until at least I'm done with the black t-shirt, and hopefully have written up the pattern too. Because I'm planning on knitting this one in a slightly bigger size, tiny bit more oversized, which is also why I have so many balls of yarn, so many skeins, because the black one, I'm gonna end up having used 7 skeins, and here I have 10. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one down. So yeah, that's actually everything I have today. Thankfully it was a lot faster than last time. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe and all of that. And I'll see you next time. Bye!